Welcome back to the CourseLeaf CIM User Guide. In Part 4 of the series, we will cover the Units and Hours section of this form. Alright, so we left off on field trips. There are three options: will not be required, may be required, and will be required. It is Oxnard College's practice to choose field trips may be required to give individual faculty that option anytime the course is offered. If field trips would never be required in this type of a course, it is okay to say that they will not be required. So for our example, we will say that they may be required, and to give an example of a destination we may go to would be the Ronald Reagan Library. Next, we have grading method. Faculty should select the best option for their course, letter graded or pass-no-pass grading. Most transfer courses will have letter graded because of transfer institutions' limitations on the number of courses that may be taken pass-no-pass, and requirements to have letter grades only for courses within majors. So we'll select letter graded. For the alternate grading method, faculty who want students to be able to choose whether or not to take the course for letter grade or pass-no-pass can select student option here. This gives students the option to petition to change their grade to pass-no-pass. Students who do not petition will receive a letter grade. If student option is selected in this area, check pass-no-pass as well. If a course is articulated with a high school, it must also allow for credit by exam, and this must be indicated on the COR. If credit by exam is allowed, it is open to everyone. Next is instructional materials fee. The default on this question is no, because an instructional materials fee is only permitted by Title V if it meets strict conditions, so most courses do not and should not have a materials fee. For those courses that do, when you select yes, the materials fee justification form opens up, and the questions must be answered to indicate the fee charged, why it is being charged, what it covers, and how it meets the requirements in Title V. Our course does not have a materials fee, so we'll select no for this example. For repeatable for credit, select yes or no. Most courses will be no. If repeatability is requested, it must be allowable under Title V. Once you select yes, additional questions will be visible that ask how many times a student may repeat the course, the maximum number of units a student can earn in the course, and ask the Title V justification for repeatability be specified. Districts may only designate the following types of courses as repeatable: intercollegiate academic or vocational competition, intercollegiate athletics. Repetition is necessary to meet major requirements of a CSU or UC. Our example is not going to be repeatable for credit, so we will select no. Alright, next question is this course a part of a family? For most courses, the answer will be no. However, for active participatory courses in PE, visual, or performing arts, where courses are related in content and have similar primary educational activities in which skill levels are separated into distinct courses with different student learning outcomes or levels, the answer can be yes. These courses should be grouped into families. While normally a painting class, for instance, wouldn't be repeatable, having 4 different levels of painting and creating a family of these courses allows students to take up to 4 courses in a single family. Course content and objectives must be significantly different in level and intensity, even though they are related in content and have level-specific objectives and SLOs. If you do select yes, you'll also select the green plus sign where the window will come up and you can select the courses that are a part of the family. But for our example, we will say no, this course is not a part of a family. Alright, so now we have units and hours. This part can get a little tricky, so bear with me. The following method of calculating units of credit per Title V must be used unless a course is classified as cooperative work experience, clock hour, or open entry, open exit. The formula is total in-class contact hours plus total out-of-class hours divided by 5250, which is the district divisor, equals units of credit. For the Carnegie Unit override, select Yes if the course does not conform to Carnegie Unit standards, such as Cooperative Work Experience courses. For our example history course, we will select No because the Carnegie Unit standards do apply. So for in-class hours, we are looking for the total time per semester that a student is under direct supervision. Hours are based on 17.5 week semester. So if we have a 3-unit lecture course, that's 3 hours per week times 17.5, which equals 52.5. Minimum and maximum hours should be the same. We are no longer using the range, unless the course is a variable unit course, such as directed studies. So we will put 52.5. If your course has activity or lab hours in addition to the lecture, you would add those here using the same formula. Weekly hours times 17.5. Our course doesn't have that, so we'll skip down to the total, which is the sum of the 3 boxes above. So we will put 52.5 for both the minimum and the maximum. Next we have outside of class. The first part is asking about cooperative work experience courses. If a student has a paid internship, for every 75 hours of work, they get 1 semester unit. For an unpaid internship, for every 60 hours they work, they get 1 semester unit. This section doesn't apply to our example, so we'll skip down to the total outside of class hours. Lecture courses require 2 hours of outside of class for every 1 hour of lecture. Activity, lab with homework, and studio courses can require 1 hour of homework for every 2 hours in class. Laboratory courses such as natural science labs, clinical, and traditional labs require 0 hours outside of class. The outside of class hours listed are the total hours per semester of homework a student should be expected to do. So for our 3-unit lecture course, the student should be expected to complete 6 hours per week of homework times 17.5, which gives us 105 hours of outside of class time. The total student learning hours are calculated by adding the total in-class hours to the total outside of class hours. So 52.5 plus 105 is 157.5. Now you'll take the total student learning hours and divide by 52.5, and that will give you the total number of units. So for us that's 3. Again, for most courses the minimum and the maximum units will be the same unless it is a directed studies course with variable units, and you will also put the same number for banner units as well. That brings us to the end of this section. In the next video we will go over course requisites. If you have any questions, you can post them to the forum on the Canvas training course, or feel free to contact me directly.